There are so many stupid people on this planet and not enough time to educate people. So I came from communism. You guys know that. However, I always get comments like this of the liberals who think that they know, but they don't know because they get mad at me for saying that Canada is progressing the same way Venezuela did. And if we don't do something about it, we're about to get the tyrannical Marxist stuff that Venezuela got. Except instead of getting food boxes like Venezuelans did, we're going to get UBI, which is the universal basic income. In order for you to get the UBI, you're going to have to get digital ID. And that way, you will not be able to ever fight back because they'll know everything about you. And if you do decide to be, against the government or speak up, boop, no more UBI, and then you starve. Exactly what they did with Venezuelans. But I just wanted to show you guys this comment of a liberal with so much knowledge. We are not Venezuela, idiot. They were always a third world country and communist. Canada isn't even close to that. Stop you babbling. So Greg here clearly eats crayons and licks windows for fun. But let me educate you on something. Communism isn't something that is put in overnight. And Venezuela was never a third world country. They were actually a very prosperous and booming countries in the 60s and 70s and even a little bit in the 80s after they decided to steal all the rigs from the United States and kick them out, and then keep the rigs. But whatever. And then they, put sanctions on the United States as well. And then they mismanaged their oil reserves and oil so bad that their economy started going down, exactly what is, happening in Canada. And there's no new production. And then Hugo Chavez came in and was like, hey, I'll give you free stuff. Here's a free food box. I know we're all starving. But instead of actually having normal leadership that can get us out of places, they get communists who will give stuff for free because it's a band-aid. Okay. So Venezuela was never a third world country. It became a third world country because of loser idiot leaders that you guys keep electing, like in Canada with Justin Trudeau and Carney. Now let me just show you a side-by-side graph that was done by by somebody on a different video. I asked for permission, so I'm going to show you exactly what they asked AI Claude to do a comparison of Venezuela and Canada just to see what year we are in the progression of becoming like Venezuela, and it's actually scary. So I actually asked for permission to post this. Tabitha Hall, she asked Claude to use Canada's last decade up to the current events and compare it to Venezuela's crisis over the last 25 plus years and to think critically and hard with details in order to create this table. Let's zoom in on the table because it kind of gets scary. If you take a look at Venezuela and Canada, the same playbook, different decade, and compare the economic decline, government spending explosion, productivity collapse, emergency powers, institution erosion, media capture, opposition delegitimization, leadership change without change, budget accounting manipulation, and electoral irregularities, you will see that Canada is actually in the year 11 of becoming exactly like Venezuela.